particular reason. The original Packard Electric was started in my district in Warren, Ohio by the Packard brothers. So this has been a company that has been around for a long, long time in Warren, Ohio. And now with this bankruptcy, it has all come to a head here. And bankruptcy, as you know, has too often been used as a means to jettison commitments, as you stated earlier, made to workers and leave behind retirees, and that needs to change. One category of those left behind is the hourly retirees, represented by the IUE-CWA, United Steelworkers, International Association of Machinists, Teamsters, IBEW, International Union of Operating Engineers, and others who lost health care benefits and pensions. While the IUE-CWA, USW, and others had their pensions topped off under agreement with GM, thanks to the efforts of this administration and others, their health care benefits are in danger of being lost. And furthermore, some workers with the smaller unions have still been left completely behind. The other category, which we'll hear about today, is the Delphi salaried retirees, who I believe should have had their issues regarding both pensions and health care dealt with in the context of the GM bankruptcy. Thankfully, the PBGC will pay the retirees a large percentage of their promised benefits, but even with that, many retirees will see substantial losses. This is unacceptable and needs to be fixed. Furthermore, all retirees from Delphi will see substantial reductions in or outright elimination of health care coverage. Without the stimulus bill, the situation would be even worse, as many retirees are eligible for an 80% health care tax credit. I have spoken with many retirees who are now concerned about how they will be able to afford their mortgages, their health care costs, and even their children's college tuition bills, including Nick Dragovich, a member of IUE-CWA Local 717 in my district, who drove out to be at this hearing. Nick started at Delphi, then called Packard Electric, shortly after high school, and worked there through GM's ownership and the Delphi spinoff, putting in over 34 years of service. In exchange for that service, he, like everyone else with Local 717, has been bounced around by companies that do not want to honor their commitments. The harm of lost pensions and health care does not stop with the direct losses. There are so many retirees in my congressional district that the losses will flow to everyone in the region. As Senator Brown mentioned, a recent Youngstown State University study stated that the total losses to the Mahoning Valley could be over $57 million annually. Those losses translate into over 1,700 job losses in our region. The bankruptcy system must be reformed to give a higher creditor status to retirees. Many of the creditors currently above retirees are in a position to make informed decisions about the creditworthiness of borrowers and set rates accordingly, as you mentioned in your opening statement. Furthermore, we need to tighten ERISA and other pension protection laws to preserve promised benefits. H.R. 1322, introduced by Congressman John Tierney, is a great example of exactly what needs to be done to prevent more situations like Delphi's and what my region saw over the last 30 years in the steel industry. An employee cannot possibly plan for unexpected cuts in promised benefits after the game has been played. Once again, we see systematic misalignment of who pays for other people's risks. But unfortunately, even if these steps are taken, it is too late to help many of my constituents. That is why I've introduced with Congressman Sherrod Brown H.R. 3455 to establish a voluntary employee beneficiary association for former Delphi employees. This bill would use unspent money already authorized by the Emergency Economic Stabilization Act of 2008 to provide health coverage to both hourly and salaried retirees of the Delphi Corporation. I ask that the text of these remarks and accompanying documents, including a letter from the president of the Ohio AFL-CIO, John Regola, be included in the record. And this is another example of how this is bipartisan and both union and non-union folks hanging together. So I ask that these be added to the record, and I thank you again, Chairman Andrews, for your commitment that you kept on behalf of our work.